Garage, I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a Dakota Digital gauge cluster. Let's go ahead and get started. On this video, I'm not going to cover the actual installation, so this is assuming that you've already installed everything and you're just needing to set up and calibrate the gauges themselves. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. This is a Dakota Digital. This is the 5-gauge cluster Series 3. So let's go ahead into the car and I'll show you how we can start setting up those gauges. The first thing that we're going to set up and calibrate is the speedometer, so let's get started on that one. To set up the speedometer, what you're going to want to do is you're going to hold down switch 1, and while holding it down, we're going to go ahead and now start the car, and then once the car is started, then we're going to go ahead and release it. That'll take us into the menu to where we can set all of that up. Now we're going to let it go, and you'll see on the screen here that we are in the setup mode, and this is going to cycle through. You can go into speed, tachometer, voltage, water, and oil, and then back to, and then now to fuel, and then you can cycle through all the settings where you want to go ahead and do the setup. So we're going to go ahead, starting off with speed. We're going to hold that switch 1 down. And now you can go into your sending unit. Sending unit, your auto, adjust, service, setup, output, and then that completes the setup for the actual speedometer. So going into send, we're going to hold switch 1 down, and now we can select what our source is. In this case, it's normal, so we'll do normal. We'll hold switch 1 down again. It's set. Now we go into auto. Hold it down, switch 1, and you can select between miles per hour or kilometers. We'll go to miles, hold it down, set, and now next would be to calibrate your speed, which I'm not driving, but that's where you would set up the speed. Okay, since I'm not actually driving the car, we can't actually set the actual speed to come on there, so we're going to move ahead to the service. Here you can set your service schedule. I'm going to set it for 7,500, which will be my next oil change since I use synthetic. So we'll set that to, or actually, you know what, I think I'm just going to do 7,000. Lock that in. Now we're going to go ahead and move to output. The output is only needed if you're using a cruise control, which I am not, but if you are, you can cycle in here, and then this will take you through 2,000 ppm or 4,000. So whatever you need for yours is what you're going to go ahead and select. Since I don't have cruise control in this vehicle, I'm just going to go ahead and just leave it at the 2K. Okay, so now we're going to go back to, okay, we're pretty much done setting up the speedometer. The only thing left is to actually take the car on the road so we can go ahead and calibrate it. So we'll go ahead and do done. Now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to also set up the tachometer. Cycling through by clicking on switch 1, we're going to go to TCal, which is where we're going to set up the actual cylinders of the vehicle. Hold that down. Cycle through to the desired one. Okay, in this case we're doing a 6-cylinder. Once you set your the correct cylinders, then go ahead and hold it down, switch 1. It'll lock that in. Okay, update of the tachometer is used to adjust the speed of the data of the tachometer that's being displayed. So we're going to go ahead and hold that down to enter that. And let's see, we have slow, mid, or fast. I'm going to set mine on fast. That way it's a very fast reading as far as the RPMs change on the tachometer. It'll change quickly instead of having any delay. So we'll select fast. That's done. Next we have warn. This right here is used to set the warning of when you're reaching a high RPM that you want to be alerted, and it'll give you a warning that you're reaching that red zone. So I'm going to go ahead and set that. By default, it looks like it's set to 5,500. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set mine to 5,000 because I think that's a good point right there. So we'll set that. Or actually, you know what? Let's just leave it at 5,500. All right, and then once that's set, go ahead and hold switch 1 down. That'll lock that in. That'll take us now to the signal setting that we'll set that up next. Basically, let's go ahead and hold that down to go into the menu, and I'll explain it. You have 5 low if your tachometer is pulling the information from the ECM, or you select 12 high if it's pulling it from the ignition coil. On this particular vehicle, it's coming from the coil, so we're going to go ahead and select high. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and set up the voltage for the power. On voltage, the only thing that we have to set up is the warning. Basically, at what voltage level do you want it to warn you that your voltage has dropped too low? I'm going to go ahead and set this one. Let's do, actually it's already set to 11, which I think is fine. That's what I would have it as. But normally you can cycle through and select what voltage you want. And then when you have the desired one, you just hold it down. So we'll leave it at 11. I like that. Hold it down. Done. Locks that in. Warning is now done. Next, we're going to do the water temperature. Inside the water menu, we'll hold this down, switch 1, and we can cycle through between the sender, the warning, and run a test. So let's go ahead, set up the sender, hold this down, and then we'll select the correct sending unit. If you're using the sending unit that came with Dakota Digital, it only allows you to choose between the DDF for Fahrenheit or the C for Celsius. So we're going to go ahead and set the Fahrenheit on that. Select that. Done. Now we're going to go ahead and select the warning. And from here we can select what temperature you want it to then alert you with a warning. Basically what will happen is warn will flash on the screen when it hits that temperature. So I think I'm going to leave it at 250. I mean, you can cycle through for the Fahrenheit between, it looked like 150 and 300. I like the 250 that it was set at. So I'm going to leave it at that. So we'll hold switch 1 down. Now we're going to go ahead and set up the oil pressure. So we're going to go ahead and hold down switch 1, enter, and from here you can set up the sender, the warning, and then run a test. So let's go ahead and set up the sender. So hold down switch 1. Okay, we have normal or bus. Bus would be if it's coming from an auxiliary, but since we're doing normal, we're going to go ahead and select that. Hold that down. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to set our warning. This is basically where we're going to set the reading. When it reaches that point, you will then be alerted a warning of low oil pressure. So let's go ahead and hold switch 1 down. And let's see, we have 10. And you can cycle through, I believe, between 10 and 35. So I'm going to set my oil pressure low at I think I'm going to do 25. Hold that down. Okay, that's in. So now we're going to go ahead and run a test. Entering into the test. This right here is for the water temperature still. It's running the test on that, so we're getting a reading. Oil is at 0.1 because the vehicle is off. And then on fuel, we're getting an error. And the reason we're getting an error, I believe, on this is the fuel sending unit on this particular vehicle. The fuel level reader it's not functioning properly. It needs to be replaced. So that's why we're getting that error message. But other than that, everything else looks good. So we can go ahead and complete this. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and set up the fuel. We'll hold this down. To enter the fuel menu, we have the sender, custom setup, the testing, and then completion. So we're going to go ahead and send up the sending unit. Hold that down. You'll have to use the table that comes with the Dakota Digital system to find your make, model, and year of your vehicle to select the correct menu. For mine in particular, we're going to go through to GM90 is what I'm looking for. So. There we go. I'll select that. Since I don't have a custom fuel sending unit, I've bypassed that. We went right into test. And basically you're going through the same things again, temperature, oil, and then what we have here is for the fuel. As mentioned before, my sending unit needs to be replaced so it's not accurately communicating the fuel level, so that's why we're getting the error reading there. Okay, so once that's done, complete it. For this menu here, performance, you can enter into that by holding down switch 1, and from there you can cycle between turning it on or off. I personally like it on. That pretty much enables you to cycle through from all of the performance settings to where you can track your 0 to 60, your quarter miles, all of the performance tracks on this gauge cluster, which are actually pretty cool. So I like leaving that on. If you don't want that, you would just set it to off to turn that off. Then you can go in here into night, where you can set your night dimmer. And basically you can make it dimmer or brighter. I like pretty much having it at the brightest, so we'll leave it at that. There we go. Next, you can set up your bus interface module with Dakota Digital. I don't have one, so we're going to skip that. And then next is your information tab. On this menu here, this basically will display any software code information should you have any trouble needed for troubleshooting, so we're going to skip that. Next, we're going to go ahead and set up the odometer. What you'll do is using switch 1, you'll scroll through the desired number, and then you'll hold it down to move on to the next one. And then basically you'll change it, you'll toggle between yes or no. So yes, meaning that yes, this is correct. We'll hold it down. So now we can scroll through. We've gone through everything that needed to be set up. And then we're done, so now we can come out of the setup. So there we are now. We have our RPM set at the 5500. We have our odometer correct, our voltage is correct, our water temperature is correct, and then we're still getting the error for the fuel, as I mentioned, because the fuel sending unit. Everything else is good, and then we have the oil pressure up here, which is not getting a reading yet because I need to turn the car on. So, looks like everything is set up correctly. Okay, well that pretty much wraps up this video on how to set up a Dakota Digital 5-gauge cluster. I hope this video was informative for you. Please send any questions, any comments you may have. As always, I appreciate the support. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time.